Hello there, I'm the Beast Manager and welcome back to Space Engineers. Now, you caught me trying to finish off this little project. As you probably recalled, last episode I said I was going to add a couple extra drills to this setup in order to speed up the mining process. Not that we need more materials, by the way. No, we just need the space. We just need the space. If we go over here, we can see that our basic not assembler. Come on, base manager. Our basic refinery has plenty of resources to go through, not only in the refinery itself, but inside of the small cargo container. The drills have also a large large capacity for materials, so yeah, that thing is going to be in there working for hours to process all of that stuff. But as I said, we don't really care too much about the stone. If it was, resources of other kind, then it would be a different story. Alright, so let's just group this main drill so that we can go over here. Set up the buttons into going like this, turn those blocks on off. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Can you extend? Probably not. You probably can't due to the additional weight being forced upon you. Let's just add a little bit more of force to this thing, shall we? There we go. Just increase the force a little bit, probably higher than I am comfortable with. Also, can I do the inertia thing? I think... oh yeah, yes I can. So you, and you three? No, just a rotor. Please share inertia so that, yeah, it doesn't shake anymore as much. There we go. Ain't this great? Let's go over here. We are accumulating a bunch of resources. Great, great, great. Freaking-tastic. Now, for this episode, given that we are already done with that, we can either do one of two things. We can either start working towards the downward piston that is going to take care of the iron resources for us, but given that we are going to have excess resources, maybe we don't need that. Another thing that we could do would be a flyer vehicle. If we could go over into that mountain, we could collect some ice and start producing our own oxygen slash hydrogen. Given that hydrogen is the fuel for the jetpack, it is a good thing to have around us, and we can then upgrade our flyer from atmospheric into a proper space-worthy vehicle. So yeah, I think we might just try and do that. Try to build a basic flying vehicle just to do a little bit of exploration. Okay, so I'm going to make an extension from our base so that we can place the rotor to exchange from large grid to small grid. Not only that, but we need to remember one thing. A flyer vehicle is going to need a place not only to land, but to communicate to the power grid per se. So we can do that with connectors or with merge blocks. One of the two. The connectors would be ideal as they work from large grid to small grid. I don't think the merge blocks work if they are not the same grid size, so I think we are going to go with connectors to start with. You know what, guys, I've been thinking, and I'm going to do it as a somewhat permanent solution to this, because I was just going to make the rotor over there, create a vehicle with a connector and whatnot, but that connector would not be connected to the logistics grid, but I thought about it and I'm going to go against it. I'm going to connect via pipes to our cargo container over there, and therefore connecting to the main logistics grid of our tiny little base over here. I'm going to make a pipe go through here with a connector on top of it, and then I'm just going to expand a little bit the platform around it. So let me just put some interior plates, because I know I'm going to need those. The hell? Not enough iron, why not? Let's go over here, let's put the... please, basic refinery, please. This first, okay? iron first, then you can do the cobalt. You know what, guys? This actually provides us with an excellent opportunity, because I was looking at this and I was thinking, I have a rover that could fit right underneath this platform. So if I can, I'm going to make a junction over here. Let's go like this. So not... Yeah, I need to bring it from over here first. So, junction here, because I want a solid block. Then we are going to go with tubes without falling. And at the second I... Let's try this again, shall we? Without falling. And I'm falling. Please don't fall down the mountain. Thank you. Now we can put that one over there. And the conveyor junction right there. There we go. So, from there, we can bring a pipe downwards. And then we create a solution to attach our rover over there to deal with the height problem. And then we can go over here. Right now, I'm trying not to use the jetpack too much. Come on! I'm trying to not to use the jetpack too much because we have limited amount of fuel. So, only when truly necessary. Over here, for now, what we can do is just to slap the connector right on top of it. That's not a connector, base manager. There we go, that's a connector. Now, large grid connectors, as everything large grid, they tend to be a little bit expensive. But, you know, just a little bit. We, right now, are not worrying about that too much. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I think this is going to look pretty dope in the future. It's just that welding all of these blocks is such, you know, an hassle, but oh well. This part, at least I can cut off, you know, you guys don't have to endure all of this. I'm the only one who has, but you know, if you think I'm cutting off too much of the building process, please let me know. It's just that, at least in my way of thinking, this is just me, you know, going back and forward, get materials from storage, bring materials to the place, weld, go back, pick up, weld. You know, it's very repetitive, so I don't know. You let me know what you think about it. Alright, so first part built. As we can see, these lights have turned green, which means there is a connection. Cool, we can even, if we want, access the logistic network from over here, but our closest entrance is over there. Not really a major issue. So, what is going to be a major, well, I wouldn't say major, I would say more annoying issue, is attempt to create a connection that is at the right level with our rover over here, because my idea would be to put the connector, if you guessed it, right there, you know, kinda left some space for it over there, so that would be the idea. But because this is small grid and that's large grid, they will not line up perfectly, which means we need to do something to adjust the height slightly of the connector. My idea would be, let me think, maybe an inch is all that we need. Yeah, I think so. I think that a inch is all...
Energy low.
Really? Energy low right now? Are you sure about that, game? In any case, we put the inch right there, right? We have the other inch part right there, where we put the... Where is the elbow thingy? It's in right there. We put the elbow piece right there, and then I have no interior plates. Okay. But in any case, we put the elbow piece, and then we put the other connector, and we use the hinge to go up and left and right to adjust the height in relation to the floor, and that is all that we need to make sure that we have proper height to our vehicle. But with that said, once again, I will just recover some energy and Okay, I'm just going to recover some energy, and then I'm going to do just that. Okay, so this is the last part that needs to be welded. Fan-freaking-tastic, everything is connected. Now, because we are in an angle, I'm pretty sure we'll not be able to fully connect to that, but we can try. Yeah, I forgot to weld that one. Yeah. Okay. Let's put that into the production queue. It's not a lot of stuff, but yeah, I don't think we are going to be able to correctly align ourselves with this. Now, we could either put ourselves another hinge over here to point the connector down, or we can build a platform over here to level the vehicle up. One of the two. We'll see. If I can, first put everything into production. First I'm going to try and see if we can connect, because sometimes, you know, these things are not exactly, they don't need to be super well aligned in order to connect, so we might try it that way first, but if that doesn't work, I'm going to try one of the mentioned two methods. Okay, so test number one. I'm pretty sure this is not going to work out. First, let's align ourselves with that thing. Alignment probably as good as we are going to get. Yeah, not going to happen anytime soon. Stop, don't crash against it. Jesus. Let's take a look at it. Maybe. Maybe. Nah, of course not. Yeah, I'm going to leave the vehicle parked right here, and I'm going to build myself an hinge. An hinge is all that we need, and we are going to have a connection. So time to start grinding some stuff. Holy Jesus. This thing just exploded in front of me. That is no good, and that's no bueno. Oh, Jesus. Down the mountain you go. Please, bye-bye. I know what happened. The drills have nowhere else to put the stone, and so they shove it into our connector. That's what happened, by the way. Alright, so here we go. Connector with hinge built. Let's go over here. Let's say the limit should be... let's say it's either 30 or minus 30. One of the two. I don't know which direction down is, if you know what I mean. Right, so let's set our limits just to make sure that either way that this thing decides to go, it's going to stop at the angle that we need it to be. First, let's try the negative. Let's go for the negative first. Hinge lock off. Yep. Nope, the negative is wrong. We need the positive. Cool. Hinge lock off. In fact, we can even increase the speed a little bit. Okay, maybe that's a little bit too much. 30 degrees might be... maybe a little bit too much. Okay, let's try it like this and see if we can connect. Oh, don't forget to put that, not that. That, oh, stop right there. That over there. Connection, switch lock on off. Or in this case, just switch lock, it's not on off. And now we go like this. Should be okay now. And if it is not, it's just a matter of adjusting the angle slightly. Whoa, don't crash against that, Jesus. Reduce the strength a little bit. We are going a tad bit too strong on this one. Stop right there. Let's adjust the hinge on this side. Almost there. I think this is good enough. Hello? The fuck? No. Stop right there. These hinges sometimes. Okay, now very slowly. Come on, connect. Give me a connection. Yeah, it would be nice to be aligned horizontally as well. That would also be nice. Come on. Come on. He's trying to fight uphill. There we go. Trying to go uphill, not exactly ideal, but hey, we have a connection, which means we can go over here, actually. We can go over here, and now we can do this. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot that once we are connected, everything belongs to the same grid, so we need to go over here, and we need to... What? 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 Okay. Battery rover 1. Then we go over there, battery rover 2. Or battery 2, a rover, it's the same thing, doesn't really matter. We'll create a group and we'll put them on recharge so that we can recharge them while we are attached to the base. I was a dum-dum, I already had the block created, that's okay. That's okay, so but basically what we want to do is, what is it? Recharge on off, I believe? Yep. Right now, this thing is on auto, right? The batteries are pretty much in sync with the batteries on the base. We put it on recharge, we are siphoning energy from the base into the batteries of our vehicle. And if we put it on discharge, which we can't in this menu, it would do the opposite. It would discharge all of its energy into the base's batteries, if there was a storage available, that is. If there was not, then this energy would then be first to be consumed. Alright guys, so I've been thinking a little bit, and I think that going towards not a flying vehicle right now would be a little bit premature, because, well, flying vehicles, right, the only flying vehicles that we can build are atmospheric thruster ones. Those consume power for fuel. For quote-unquote, it's not fuel, right, it's just power consumption. Well, they really need a lot of power, and our power production right now is minuscule at best. So, here's what I'm going to do in this episode. Instead of going straight into a flying vehicle and straining ourselves resource and power-wise, we are going to expand our base facilities. That means more refineries, more assemblers, more power, more everything. So yeah, I think that would be a better idea, because once we have more refining capabilities and more crafting capabilities, we can then proceed to go towards a flying vehicle. And well, while we are at the expanding bit, we can always expand our power as well, right? So I think I'm going to do that first, in order for us to start recharging our batteries in a more speedy fashion, because we are going to need them soon enough. And yeah, that should be done first. So, oh, I think that thing is going to land right on top of us. That would be fantastic. In any case, even that we have to wait a little bit, I'm going to start slamming down a couple of blocks. Yeah, come, no, don't go down the mountain, okay? Okay. Oh, it's going to land right next to the magnesium boulder? Or maybe not? Right here? Come here. Okay, if you're going to land right there, just as a precaution, so you don't go rolling down the hill, just do that. And watch this go roll in another direction. No. Go against that. Against that. Stop. Stop right there. No. Bruh. And we got a new skin. Okay. You are being stubborn, if that's what you want. Okay. There we go. Let's see, where is the cargo container on this thing? What do we get? Credits and plates. Come on, give me good tools. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I grinded the block that was serving. Come on, game, please, let me grind. Well, it was nice meeting you. I'm not going to run downhill for 4 plates. Hell no, I have better things to do. Where the hell is that light coming from? Oh, the other side of the planet, of course. Because, just in case you didn't know, planet Earth is actually transparent. Okay, my friends, so for now our power expansion is going to go through adding 2 additional wind turbines, one to each end of the existing rail that we have over here. Let's just tag this one. I should have just tagged the other one, given that they are not without any components added to them, but well, the idea here is that in the future we are going to open up and make an entrance as big as the difference, as the gap between these two pylons over here, right? All of this is going to be our entrance. We are going to create a layer on top of this one so that the pipes are hidden within a platform, so we don't need to see them. And well, if that is going to be the case, I'm going to start and use some of the space that we have over here. Let's just duck underneath this piston, and I'm going to start sending the tube from that port over here into this direction, so we can connect a few more assemblers and basic refineries to our existing logistics grid. Okay, my friends, so here's what we are going to do in order to make this setup compact and yet somewhat efficient. We are going to go over here, we are going to select the conveyor junction, right? We are going to put one junction over here, and maybe I'm going to have to mine a little bit more, but we are going to try. And here, what we are going to do, we are going to select the basic assembler. Now I have to elevate myself a little bit because I need to double check that the... come on, connect over there. That the logistics port is pointing upstairs, or in this case upwards. Let's try just to... come on. There we go. Right, we have one assembler over there, and then we put one refinery right here. Come on, I just want to rotate you. There we go. We can put it like this. I think it's going to look better. Right, and then we can expand this as we see fit, right? We just need to go over here, we select another one of these, another junction, and we put another assembler over here and another refinery over here, and we can just go crazy in this direction and put as many as we want. However, I need to weld everything first because, well, things are going to be blocked out of our side, so we need to weld one block at a time, and then we move on to the next well, to the next group of assembler slash basic refinery. Okay guys, so we already have our assembler and the conveyor connection complete. We still don't have this, but we can already take advantage of that assembler. If we go over here and go into assembler, nope, assembler I said. I suppose this is going to be the next one, right? So I need to go over here into the production thingy and select cooperative mode. This way, this assembler number 3, right, is going to lighten the load of the assembler number 1, meaning that both of them will be producing at the same time. Now I'm pretty sure that my refinery is refinery, yep, the cobalt instead of the stone, because it likes to process cobalt, probably because it is more it is worth more or something. In any case, that's why we need more refineries. Okay, so I would think that 4 additional sets of assemblers plus refineries is going to be enough for us in the early stages. Eventually we will want to move towards advanced assemblers and refineries, so we shouldn't be wasting too much time on this. This is just to help us out when we want to build something rather quickly. We need to have the assembly capacity for that. So right now I'm just going to weld these things together before I slap the refineries on top of them, and I think we are going to call it quits when it comes to expanding our base refinery and assembly capabilities. Oh, by the way guys, given that we now have cobalt, we should move on to tier 1, or in this case tier 2 tools. That is going to speed up our process quite significantly. Okay, so all the assemblers have been built. If we go over here, I have already put most of them into cooperative mode. As we can see, now we are not producing anything, so they are not going at it. But now it is time for us to grab ourselves a couple of refineries and going like this, and like this. So we can now have more refining capabilities as well. Alright guys, here we go. 4 refineries and 4 assemblers, all running at the same time. In this case 5, because we have our basic ones, the ones that we started with, and we can continue expanding this line forever and ever. We can even attach more refineries to the existing refineries because they have a logistic port over there. But the thing is, this piston will no longer be capable of supplying all of these refineries with the stone that they need. Let's see if I can find those refineries. As we can see, some of them are empty. Yeah, in fact, they are just some of them. Only some of them are processing stone because these just go through it so quickly. So I think the time is closing in on us creating a vertical drill that will go all the way down to our iron resource node over here, of which I have been claiming a lot of it, let's just say it. But yeah, at least, well, come on. As I was going to say, at least this part is now done. We can move on to new things. Now, all of these new buildings will require more power. We can do one of two things. We can either continue expanding our power rail, or we can just raise our existing wind turbines by a few blocks. And I think I'm going to go with that option. So I'm going to start by doing this one, as this one is the one producing a least amount of power because it is closer to the ground, right? Let me see. Let's go like this. Okay, so we got all of the components from that. Just use our jetpack. Let's give it 5 more blocks. This should be enough to increase its power production significantly. So we now come over here and we weld all of this. And now this is producing a lot more power. Before I do... Well, come on. Before I do this, I had checked that turbine in specific. It was doing 193 of power, and now it is doing 344. And that only means that all of these over here will start outputting a lot more power. And there we go, last wind turbine welded. Now we should be producing a lot more power. Let me just grind this off because I misplaced this block over here, and scoot, it is welded, in this case grinded. And if I go over here, I bet you that all of my turbines are doing over 300 watts of power. If you go like this, turbine, 337, 64, 79, and 87. And that means pretty sure that most of my batteries should now be recharging. Fantastic, even with all of this machinery going at once. This is a great feeling. Okay, so now it is just a matter of planning our next moves. Right, come on, jump over that, thank you. Well, this served us well, but now this is no longer completely viable, right? That means we should create some sort of a connection either via that connector over there or via that refinery towards a vertical piston, right? That we are going to stick into this hole with a maybe either a hinge or a rotor so that we can move the piston around, and we are going to drill a ginormous hole all the way down there to take that beautiful iron that is waiting for us downstairs. Okay guys, so I know this is a little bit noisy in this area now, but the idea that I am having here is we have this rotor, right, that would take care of the movement, the lateral movement in this direction, right, and then on top of that we would slam down a hinge. Come on, 9, of course, that I don't have the plates, obviously. Come on. Give me the plates. I can take those, I can take those, there we go. Or maybe it's just a space, but the idea would be that the hinge would take care of the movement in this direction. It's not vertical movement, but you know, in this axis. Right, I just need to clear some space for it, or what I can do, because I was going to use 2 hinges, but I can just do this. No, because I need to clear some terrain. Okay, just a moment, just a moment. Much better now. So, like I was saying, a conveyor elbow over here, and then we put a hinge, which is right here, like so, and then we can attach the pistons to the hinge base. And with this setup, rotor hinge, we have pretty much all the movement that we could possibly want for something like this. We just need to be careful to keep mining any bits that might be in the way, otherwise, you know, things might explode. Okay, so I'm just doing some adjustments over here to this rig, just because it is no longer, you know, 100% filling up the refineries that we have. That doesn't mean it can't contribute to the overall process, right? So I end drilled this ginormous hole over here. I just want to make sure that nothing is going to interfere with our piston. This is going to be somewhat expensive, so we don't want to, you know, we don't want to explode anything, but yeah, pretty much I'm going to start with 1 piston, 1 drill. The piston is going to go all the way down. It's going to pretty much, you know, carve a hole in the floor. Then I'm going to retract it. I'm going to try and leave the drill head down there, attached.
Energy low.
Okay, attached to something so that we can pretty much just remove the piston. You know, add another piston on top of it, and then set it down, attached to the drill head, and then continue. Or something along those lines. We'll see. What? What the f... What? Did you guys hear that? What exploded? Nothing over here. Nothing over here. Come on, let me pass. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Did my rover exploded? Did my... No? What the hell was that? Probably a unknown signal, I am going to assume, but it must be really freaking close for us to hear that. Jesus, for a moment I thought, okay, something just exploded in my base, and I'm not happy with that. Well, in any case, guys, since you are already here, let me show you what I have been doing. I have been digging a ginormous hole in the ground, because I'm going to fit 2 pistons already. And on the bottom of those pistons I'm going to put an advanced rotor, and let me just grind this head off, because yeah, this thing had to move. First rotor lock, and rotor head. Let's go. I think that's close enough to yeah, whatever, doesn't really matter too much, but it start moving a lot. And on that, right, we are going to add 5 drills in the following configuration. I'm going to go like this, right? I still can't add all the drills because there are still bits of terrain that are in our way, but pretty much the idea would be to create a star pattern like this. Well, we're just missing one over here. Probably a little bit of voxel still in the way, but these 5 drills over here are going to rotate at a relatively slow speed, and as they are being pushed into the ground, they are going to create a ginormous hole that is going to absorb a lot of resources. And here we go, guys. Finally all of this is built. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So we have, let's be careful, because I have been doing a lot of failed parkour, which has resulted in me losing some health points. But we are pretty much done. Over here, we are going to have these 5 drills going around in a circle thanks to that router over there, and hopefully that way we can get ourselves a lot more materials and create a bigger area of devastation. Now, let's go over here. Yeah, I need to rename all of this stuff. Yeah. Otherwise it's going to be impossible to control. We are going to need a control panel like that one over there, just to help us out with some controls. We need a control for that router over there to make it go around, a control to turn on the drills, another one to expand the pistons, and 2 additional buttons to move these 2 things. Well, not 2, but... So we are going to need 4. Not 4, 2 of these thingies over here, 2 control panels. So let me just think, where do I want to put said buttons? Here we go. So now we have 2 additional consoles over here with 4 buttons. What we are going to do, we are going to reserve this one for the drill itself and this one for the hinge and rotor over there. So let's set up these buttons. I already have renamed them, but I have not created groups. So let's go into drills. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Iron, drill, head, save that, and the pistons as well. Also need a group, these 2. Iron, drill, pistons. There we go. Cool, cool, cool. That's all that we need, I'm pretty sure. So first let's go into the groups, right? Iron drill head. Toggle block on off. Iron drill pistons. In this case, we can either go for extend retract, or we can just have reverse, which is going pretty much just, if we have 10 meters per second going forward, it's going to reverse it into minus 10 meters per second going backwards. It's pretty much the same thing that these 2 buttons do. So let's just have that for our pistons. Right, and I think... Oh, yeah. No. In fact, what we are going to do, this one, I want to delete it, and I want to move this... I want to move it over here, right? Reverse. And in here, what we are going to have is the advanced iron drill head. Here we go. And in here, what we are going to do... We're going to have it, I know, rotor lock on off and toggle block on off. And in the final one we can put the pistons on reverse. There we go. Because this way we can turn on the turn on and off the drill head and still have it locked in place, which is a good thing. Too bad we cannot rename these thingies, you know, have their purpose in a screen, but that's okay. That's perfectly fine. Over here we are going to have for, the commands for the hinge and drill over the hinge and advanced rotor. This one. For this one, what we are going to have, we're going to have rotor lock on off, and to have reverse, and then the hinge. Where is the hinge? Hinge iron drill. It's just pretty much the same. Hinge lock on off, and reverse. There we go. So with these 8 buttons, we should be able to control this thing. Now let's just do a quick test run. So first let's fire up the drills. Drills are going. Oh wait, let me do the share inertia thingy. Let's put like this, iron, everything iron related, which is the drills don't share inertia, is just a hinge. The pistons and the rotors. There we go. It should wobble a little bit. Oh no, take it easy. Oof. That's not a good place to go, okay? Not right now, at least. So the drills are going. Now we need to set up that rotor over there. So let's go into as rotor drill head, right? We are gonna have the torque. Let's go for a low amount of torque for now. Velocity, we are going to have 0.1 for now. I don't know, I don't remember the velocity, because this must be a balance between the advanced rotor and the pistons. The rotor must be fast enough at drilling for the velocity that the piston is pushing in, otherwise we are going to have uneven drilling where things are going to get stuck, and we don't want that. So yeah, but we can't go too fast, otherwise we are not pushing the drills for long enough against the wall, and they might not drill fast enough. So now that I think about it, let's go for 0.5 for now. I think the rotor must go a little bit quick, so yeah, I think that is going to be it. So we want to unlock the rotor, and then we want to turn on the rotor. Let's see. Not moving. Not moving. Why is that? Let's see. Over here. I thought I had turned you on. Advanced rotor iron drill add toggle block on off, and I pressed that button. Block is on. Okay. Okay, so now it's not moving due to other things, probably due to the amount of torque that it has. Let's increase slightly the torque until we have movement. There we go, we have movement. Let's start to decrease the torque a little bit. Okay, I think this might be good enough. As you can see, that is moving slightly. Now let's take a look and see if anything is getting stuck anywhere, because we are going to have to increase the velocity of that rotor. But if we don't force it too much, the second it gets stuck on something, it stops moving. You know, everything in here is very expensive. We don't want it to go kaboom, now do we? Okay, okay. Seems to be working so far. Is the stone being absorbed and processed? I would think so. There is no stone over there stuck, so cool. Alright, so time to increase the rotor velocity. No, don't fall in there. Don't fall in there. It's not a good idea. Now that we have verified that nothing is getting stuck. And yeah, guys, we have to do this slowly but steadily, otherwise things are not going to go well. Let's increase this to, let's say, 2 RPMs. The ones that I had in my playthrough on Twitch were going really fast, closing in on, I believe, either 8 or 10 RPMs, so yeah, we are going to have to increase that velocity and probably the torque as well. Okay, guys, just give me a moment while I fiddle around with the commands until I get, not commands, the values, until I get what I want. Okay, guys, so I think I am happy with the results of the rotor over there. So I was just finishing off the pistons. Now, over here, because I just copied the values from the other piston over here, the 42 and 9, but apparently this one didn't stick, so let me just do that. Now, in here, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to reduce the max impulse a little bit more, because this piston is actually dropping, the drill head is not pushing, so we don't want it to do a lot of force against it. So let's say, let's go half of it, let's go 20,000. Okay, okay. All the numbers are set up. I'm going to trust that nothing is going to explode. The drill head is moving, is activated. The rotor is with its lock off and it's toggled on. So now it is time to start pushing the pistons. There we go. Precisely what I wanted to hear. The piston stopping, pushing. Oh no, 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 don't fall in there. Let's observe close by while this thing is digging itself into the ground, and hopefully I think it's pushing a little bit faster than I would want it to go. But if there is no complaints on the drill's part, I'm not going to say no then. I just want to see, will these get stuck on anything? In any corner? It shouldn't be. But yeah, if we push too much, the drills will not clear the edges, and the box that is behind the drill is going to get stuck on something. That's why it is an important balance between the rotor speed and the piston force, so that all of these can be... But I don't see anything getting stuck or anything, so I'm going to assume we are doing things fast enough. I think we can call this a win. I think we can call this a win. I do love me my rotor drills. I have to admit it. I do love me those. That's why I had a rotor on the other drill, but I just decided against it as it was very troublesome to do anything with it. Now, okay, so we can call this a win. Let's go over here. Let's just observe if the stone is getting pushed into this. It is. Me likeies. Let's take a look. Where are the drills? Let's go for stone. The drills should show up eventually. There we go. They still have some space, although... Oh, hello. Most of them... They're full. They fill up really quickly. But the piston is probably already fully extended. Nice. Nice. Okay, so I think we can call it a day in here, guys. We did quite a lot of expansion. Our base is ready for full operations. We have two amazing drills, one for opening up space and one for getting us resources. This one was quite troublesome to set up, given the amount of drilling that I had to do by hand, but in the end, I think this was completely worth it. Next episode, we will expand on this drill a little bit more, so it can push for even deeper, and we are going to start the construction of our flying recon craft, the one that we are going to attach over here, and we are going to use to get us some snow from the top of those mountains and explore a little bit of the map. But with all of that said, guys, I hope that you have enjoyed this episode and that you are enjoying the series so far. If you are, please consider subscribing and help the channel grow. But in the meantime, this is the Base Manager signing out. Bye bye!